Hello. Today I will be painting the real grade new Gundam clear color. Here I take apart the legs so that I can get to the inner frame. Once I've done that, I'll start painting with Tamiya Gold acrylic paint. Mainly just putting the paint where I think it would look good. Like the inside of the thrusters, little small bits that look like they'd be separate parts. And I use the cotton swab to clean up any excess if I need to. And once I'm finished with the gold, I come in with a Molotov chrome marker. This adds shiny silver paint to it to add a different accent color. I typically use it for things like vents, parts that look like pistons or other bits that should be moving. And I also use Tamiya accent color. This one is the orange brown. Use it on the gold parts to give them a little bit more detail. On the second leg, I do the same thing. I have this other leg there as well to compare against. Make sure I don't miss anything. Now on to the waist piece. I use the silver for pointing out small vents and little antenna bits on the back skirt. And small vents on the front skirt. And use the silver and gold a good bit on the actual waist piece to point out the details there. And I also later use Tamiya gunmetal acrylic paint. And I use that on the side skirts that are sitting there to cover up the gold that is showing through the clear plastic. On the normal version, you can't see that because the side skirt armor is a solid color, but on this version you can see straight through it. So I decided to paint over that gold to make it look like a piece of the inner frame. And once I'm done with that, I move on to the body. Adding small little bits of gold around the bottom of the top section, as well as other small sections around the back and on the top. And also added to the shoulder pieces where they pop out to add more detail. And I use the silver for vents, as well as small little bits that look like joints in the shoulders and bottom of the waist. And onto the head, most of what I do here is just add some of the gunmetal gray to the chin piece so that the clear red is not showing through the faceplate. And the arms, little bits of gold and silver around just to point out all the little details in them. You can see little thrusters on the sides of the arms, little bolts that hold the arms together. And repeat, keeping the other arm to check against. Once this is done, I move on to the shoulder pieces. We're doing the same thing with the gunmetal paint, covering up the gold that shows through where it shouldn't. And also adding some silver to the antenna on top of the shoulder. Gold to point out details on the front and back. Once that's done, I move on to the backpack, adding small little bits to vents, and small details, gold in the thruster bells, and the sea shield. I point out big details underneath, and a bunch of smaller details on the back, adding silver to this barrel on it. Little bits of gold. Some silver. And then on the beam rifle, I had just small little bits of gold to the inner frame, not too much. And on the bazooka, I had just a tiny bit of silver to the back. And on the fin funnels, I used some of the panel liner to point out details there. And here's the finished product. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.